All right, guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are around the world. Welcome to our Travel and Vacations Everybody Loves It overview, guys. I am your hostess, Janice Parker, just excited to share with you some amazing information. I just listened to a colleague of mine describe a day. Now, I want you to picture this, if you will, a day when you walked out to the mailbox on a Monday and you open your residual check. And he talked about this check being, like a five-figure check, right? Mid-five-figure check. And he talked about, flying over the bay to get ice cream in your helicopter, or, meeting your children down at the country club to have lunch, or just being able to experience time when it's not the same every day because you've got choices. Well, family, tonight we're going to talk about choices. We're going to talk about the travel and vacations industry. But before I dive into that, I want to talk to you a little bit about myself and who I actually am. And guys, listen, I am Janice Elisa Parker. I hail from Suffolk, Virginia, guys. I followed that traditional trajectory that was outlined for me. You go to school, you get good grades, you get into a good college, you get good grades, you work really hard. You graduate, you get a great job. And guys, I remember going to school and being forced to come home. Well, not forced, I opted to come home because my mother had been laid off from her job, right? Go figure. Does that ever happen? Yeah, it does. And so I came home and I remember working over as an electrician for, a dozen years. And I remember my supervisor telling me, we're never going to promote you. And so I ended up, leaving and working in sales. As a matter of fact, this is what he said. He says, we're never going to promote you, but since you like to run your mouth, you should find a job where you can talk for a living because you're very good at that. And I did. I went to New York Life Insurance, guys. I hit the $1 Million Round Table in just over 7 months. And then partnered up with a young man in the automobile dealers industry. And guys, it was fantastic. I started as a salesperson, moved my way up into partnership over a few years. And when I joined the company, we were at $500,000 in sales in a year. And by the time we were at our height, guys, we were at $21 million a year. Both of us doing very good with six-figure incomes. But guys, we forgot something that was very paramount, which is what grandmother used to say. And one of the things that grandmother used to say was, don't put all your eggs in what? Y'all remember what grandma said? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And we never thought about it from the perspective of business. At least I never thought about it at all. And I remember, the recession actually hitting, and we went from a company selling Mercedes and Maseratis and BMWs and Lamborghinis and Bentleys, and doing $21 million a year to closing our doors in February of 2011, guys. And literally, I fell on hard times. And what I was looking for is the ability to create that same kind of income, to be able to create a six-figure income. But what I did not want to sacrifice this time was my time. I remember being at a basketball game and my niece's mother saying, we're planning Torian's graduation. And I remember looking at her and thinking that she had another year until she graduated. And I remember saying to her, why are we doing it a year in advance? We got plenty of time. And she said, Janice, Torian graduates in 2 months. I was so busy prior, in that dealership that I really had lost time. But guys, I discovered this industry and I'm excited about it because with no real experience, guys, I've been, and with coaches and mentors who literally hold your hand and take you through a step-by-step process, I've been able to be one of those persons who has not only been able to help people earn $1,000 bonuses and, multiple $1,000 bonuses. I've also been one of those people, guys, that has become a six-figure earner in this industry, working part-time from home. And so I'm excited to share with you. And that particular moment, I share that picture, that particular moment, guys, was because everything from the recession all the way through to now culminated in actually achieving that particular level of success. After being here, coming here, I see myself, moving on. But the only way you do that, guys, is by helping other people. And one of the things we help people do is to have a whole lot of fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into some information. We're going to dive into some information, guys. And so travel and vacation, everybody absolutely. What kind of traveler are you? I mean, I want you to imagine 8 days and 7 nights. Like literally, where would you go? Because what I want to unfold first is the product. The product is so easy to talk about because everybody loves to travel. Whether you are the type that likes to sit in the hammock let sun soak on your face and put your toes in the sand and drink a cold beverage, or type like myself and Stacy and like, you know, Sylvia and Tanisha, where we want to do tree climbing in the middle of Brazil. We want to go hang climbing, you know, or skydiving, you know, in Rio. We want to go zip lining in the mountains of Costa Rica. You know what the beautiful thing is? It doesn't matter what kind of traveler you are. What we realize with Surge 365 is this, is that most people want the money that it takes to be able to travel as often as they want to travel. Most people also prefer to travel at retail versus wholesale. We're going to show you how to do that in just a minute. And here's the thing, family. While some people don't travel, and it's okay if you don't, because guess what? What you can provide to people who do is travel at wholesale. But guys, think about it. Most people, 99 people out of 100, when we ask them, if you had all the time in the world to do whatever you wanted to do, and you had all the money to do it with, what would you do more of? What are the things that you would do? Well, guys, most of us would want to show either our parents, our spouses, our children, this great, big, glorious earth that we live on. Well, you're going to have some amazing opportunities tonight. And so I hope you have a designated notebook where you can take some notes, but sit back and relax as we do a test drive of what Surge 365 actually is. We're going to talk about 4 different options, and I'm going to dive straight into option 1. And I like to call option 1 my mini Expedia. I like to call it my mini Expedia. And the reason for that is, family, the gentleman who actually owns and operates Expedia, which owns multiple platforms, did a genius thing. I mean, think about it. Where do most people book their travel today? They book it online. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always been curious as to, you know, what type of, income can be created in an online basis in travel. Well, guess what? You're going to find out in just a few minutes. Now, we have platform 1, which is what we call the Vortex. This is a miniature Expedia type platform, meaning you have your own URL. Your URL is unique to you. You can call your business name whatever you want it to be, but you own a product that literally allows you to share with friends and family a savings over those highly publicized sites, to include Expedia. What is beautiful for you is that they don't have to pay anything to be your customer. I mean, most of us don't want to sell anything. And so guess what? You're not selling, you're actually sharing. So you, as the owner of this particular URL, this particular domain, have working on your behalf this proprietary algorithm that will literally reduce the price for your customers. Now, they're going to save 85% of the time. But what's so amazing is whatever they save, you actually earn. Now, how does that work? Well, take a look. Now, remember, guys, I want you to bear in mind, whatever your friends and family save, you're actually going to what? You're actually going to earn. So here, their savings and your savings equals your earnings. Now, it is very simple, because it's just a matter of nobody is scared to share savings with people. Like if my girlfriends, if she sees a great coupon in the newspaper for, I don't know, Scott tissue, she's going to tell me, don't forget to get the paper because you can get double coupons at this store using that coupon. Well, all you're doing is sharing, guys, and you could literally have someone decide to go down to Orlando. It may be a cousin, an uncle, a coworker, somebody you go to church with, somebody on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, it doesn't matter. But they booked to Orlando for 8 days and 7 nights, and they literally saved $284 on that trip. The beautiful thing about our company and these vendors that you referred them to, they're going to match the savings 100% and give it to you in the form of a check. Then that you're going to get on the first of whatever that following month is, $284. What if you had a coworker actually planning to go to New York and you say, you know what? And they're complaining because they want to be in Manhattan. They want to be right down there by Times Square. And they're complaining about the price. And you say, well, let me share something with you. I don't know if it can save you some money, but if it does, feel free to use it. They click on the link. They save $74.71 per night for 3 nights. Their total savings, $224. Your earnings, you already know, right? $224. The one that makes me real happy, and I want to ask you this question. What would it feel like to go to your mailbox one day and you open up your check from the company and you realize that you have a $949 check? And we get these on the first of the month, right? A $949 check because somebody who used your URL to book a 8-day, 7-night stay in Thailand, they saved themselves $949 approximately, and you got a check in the mail for $949 with your name on it, and you had no clue. Guys, let me tell you something. Even if you took the math way, way down, like if you took the math down to like $25 savings per night, which is reasonable, what if, over the course of this next year, you just share your link and maybe only 10 people per month actually sign up on your URL, between the people that you go to church with, the people that your kids are in Little League with, the people on your social media accounts. What if you have 10 people sign up on your account every single month? So you're not breaking Vortex records here, but at the end of the year or throughout the entire year, you look and for the total of the year, you have 200 nights booked on your site, on your URL. And each of these 200 nights booked saved an average of $25. Let's just keep it really, really, really low. Do you realize, though, that at a $25 savings for 200 people, you did just earn $5,000? Do you see how crazy that is? Now, the beautiful thing is you're not booking anybody's travel. And the other beautiful thing is that it's year after year after year. And another beautiful thing is, imagine a company that allows you to have 9,999 customers. I mean, let's play with some numbers. Let's just say 1 year you got 400 nights booked. They all saved the same $25. Guys, you realize that's a $10,000 earnings. Now, think about it from a business person's perspective. Somebody who owns an Expedia, a Priceline, a Travelocity. Guys, they have marketing campaigns everywhere so that they can generate sales from it by any means necessary. So they wouldn't even turn down an opportunity like this. Think about it from a business person's perspective. Eventually, there's going to be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 nights booked. Imagine that income coming into your household. Imagine if, in fact, picture this. This is what your URL looks like when your friends and family go to book. Guess what? They see this. And it's not that it's unusual for them. The only thing different in the fact that they can book any hotel, any resort, 17 different cruise lines, all of the different, rental car companies is this, and all of the airlines. But whenever they save on these four, hotels, cruises, car rentals, and weekly stays, guys, whenever they save, you have inserted yourself and you're the person that earns. Well, Coach JP, you know what? I'm kind of like yourself. I'm one of those people that I have gone through some things and I have failed in some other things before. And I do have that concern. I don't want to fail. And then there are people out there, guys, do you know that there are people out there that have never tried anything at all because of fear of failure? You know what I love about Coach Lloyd Tomer? He's 84, going on 85 years old, the owner of this company, and still pioneering this company, is he already understands that because he's been where you and I are, or some of those people who've been afraid to start. He says, listen, I'm going to make it so that nobody has to have any fear. I'm going to introduce the industry's first and only risk-free guarantee, where literally you do that. Acquire those 10 customers a month. We're not talking about 10 people that travel, that's just 10 people that sign up on your link. He says, if you'll just do that for me, and if you'll just educate yourself 30 minutes per week, because you did not wake up knowing how to run an online travel platform. If you'll just educate yourself 30 minutes a week, you know what? I'm going to let you share your link. I'm going to let people book on your link. They will save, and we're going to pay you and match whatever they save with the earnings every first of the month. And this is what Coach Tomer wants you to know. He says that if you're not 100% satisfied with your financial results after 12 months, you have a 100% risk-free guarantee. You just let him know. He says, listen, I'll cut you a check for your investment into your business minus anything that you've earned, and you can walk away. But you know what Coach Tomer knows? He knows this, is that if you acquire those 10 customers, somebody's going to book. Somebody's going to save. A whole bunch of somebodies are going to create earnings for you. So he knows that if you really, really put your heart into it, you're going to earn money. And if you decide to walk away, he knows you're going to walk away happy. But you know why he knows you're going to stay, guys? Because guess what? You're going to make your investment back on just a few sales. If we just picked one of those sales, let's just say we picked the savings that your customer had going to Florida, and your investment is $177 in the Vortex, guys, you realize you're $107 to the good. That's what we call a profit, right? And guess what? Even the $59.95. Palmer says this. He says, listen, this is what I want you to understand, is that I know that most people, even though I've kept the overhead as low as possible, most people are working on a paycheck to paycheck basis or just can't afford to add anything into their budget. He says, now I'm not going to magically make it disappear for you, but I do know that birds of a feather flock together. And if it makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to people that you know. Not everybody you know. But as soon as you refer 3 people where they purchase any one of our products, he says, I will eliminate your monthly subscription fee. Family, where does that happen at, right? In other words, he's saying you can work your way out of, just by referring people in our referral program, you can work your way out of your monthly fee. And what blew my mind was when he came back, I guess it was like 4 or 5 months ago, and he said this. He says, I tell you what, you guys go out there and help the new people looking at this, get these 3 in their first 8 days in business. And he says, I will cut them a check for $150 just for doing it in 8 days. Not to mention, guys, he pays $15 to $30 for each of those referrals that we bring to the table. So somebody brand new looking at this tonight can literally have a $195 to $240 check. Right, a cool $150 plus, $15 to $45, $30 for each of those guys. You can have that in 8 days, and you're inducted into what we call the 3 and Free Club. Meaning what? That $59.95. What did we do with it? It went away. That's option 1. Now, option 2 is unique because this is a private membership. This is kind of country club membership. Things are different, right, when you have a private country club type atmosphere. And so the reason we're private and the reason you would never be able to Google our prices online is because of a parity agreement that exists between the big players on the internet. In other words, what do we do when we're normally going to go look for travel, right? We go from site to site. We jot down this price. We jot down that price. We compare this site to that site, looking to save a little bit of money. I mean, because everybody loves to travel, but everybody loves to save as well. Well, we're doing that because we're noticing that the prices don't seem to have a lot of variance. Well, that is by design. So in order for us to be able to offer you and ourselves, of course, the ability to have a savings, we have to be private. Well, guess what? Inside of our private membership, you got 500% more inventory than those other sites out there. Condos, resorts, private villas, hotels, cruises. Guys, we offer the guaranteed lowest price difference platform, 150%, because we're so sure that our prices are less than everybody else. Not to mention, if you have one of those complicated itineraries, guys, you can call concierge and they can book it for you. And everything that I'm about to share with you, guys, you can get reward credits on this as well, which means one day, as opposed to paying for your vacation or your trip with reward credits, cash you'll pay for them with reward credits. Now, let's give you some examples, and I'm going to highlight the ones that I shared about, when you were sharing it with your customer. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want you to understand the power of our platform. So let's just say it wasn't your customer going to Orlando, but you or any private member. They book an 8-day, 7-night stay right there on the Disney property, guys, near the gate. And they went searching and searching and searching online to all of those sites out there, right? And they noticed that the best price they could come up with is $1,641 before fees. Guess what? You log into your membership. Now look at your price for the exact same vacation on the exact same dates in the exact same 2-bedroom suite, at the exact same hotel. Guys, guess what? Your price is $948. And if you're going to take this Disney trip anyway, doesn't it make sense for you to have that money still left in your pocket so you can enjoy more of your vacation? Now, look at this bottom line here. Remember when you sent your customer your link and they saved $284? Guys, you got a check for $284. That's the difference. Now, you may be saying, well, why is the customer saving so much less than my savings? And the reason for that is you are a paying private country club member, travel member. They are just using part of your savings. That's the difference. How about if we travel to New York, guys? Let's go up to New York, to the Big Apple, Manhattan, Times Square. Right there, guys, in Manhattan. Best price on the internet, $1,174 before taxes. Your price when you log in, bam, that's $426. And I don't know about you, but if I'm in New York, I want to eat the New York style pizza. I want a Philadelphia style Philly cheesesteak. I want all of that stuff that New York has, that fine 5-star cuisine, then, 5-course meal. I want it all. Well, guess what, family? If you have an extra $448 in your pocket, guess what? You can use that money to enjoy more of your vacation. And doesn't that just make sense? Family, Thailand, I want you to picture seeing this. I want you to picture standing in front of this area and taking a picture of this beautiful, beautiful architecture. And I want you to think about having an extra $3,000 in your bank account. I mean, if you're going to go to Thailand on a romantic vacation, think about having an extra $3,164 right there in your wallet. Why? Because as opposed to giving it to Expedia, you realize that I'd rather pay wholesale any day of the weekend, twice on Sunday, than paying retail. Family, if you look at the math, you could go to and stay in this exact same location 2.5 times. But what Expedia is going to charge some poor unsuspecting customer on the World Wide Web for one time. Guys, $949 is what your customer saved. Remember that? Well, guess what? That's your check. Again, it pays to be a member, but it's not a bad thing to be a customer, because that $949 that you help them save will be a $949 check for you. Rome, food, fashion, fun, everything is so romantic in Rome. I mean, imagine 8 days and 7 nights, you're right there in Rome, you're eating at the cute little cafes or drinking coffee at the cute little cafes. I mean, you're just really, really enjoying, right? Really, really enjoying life in Rome, going on the excursion, seeing all the historical artifacts. And if Samuel L. Jackson were to ask you, what's in your wallet, you would tell him your money, because you didn't give it to Expedia. Guys, $244 will be what a customer would save. That's your check. Notice how huge your savings is. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to on this one is the fact that there is no customer savings. Now, but prior to that, look at the fact, family, that you're literally able to spend 8 days and 7 nights in a 4-star. Now, side note, everything I'm showing you is 4, 4.5, and 5 stars. So we're not talking about, you being in a place where you're scared to come out of the hotel room. But $706 here for a private member, no savings for a customer. Your customer save 85% of the time, family, but you, as a private member, you save 100% of the time. How about this one? We're going to be there in less than 3 weeks in Las Vegas. And we're staying at the Bellagio, which I think is right over here. Yeah, because Bally's is right across the street. So guess what? That's where we're going to be. But here's the beautiful thing is that we can go out there. We're not going to pay the prices that everybody else is going to be paying. People that are going to be in the exact same hotel are going to look and see themselves paying $1,386 for something we're going to pay $459 for. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be in Vegas, think about it. Wouldn't you want to have $900 in your pocket to go in the Eiffel Tower, on the Ferris wheel, go to some of the games, go to some of the shows? I mean, it's just what you want to do. It's your money. Why give it away? Family, it doesn't matter whether you're cruising and think about all the food all day, all the fun all day, all the dancing and games all day, and think about actually being able to save almost $1,200 because you went through your membership. And we're talking about 17 different cruise lines, family. The same cruise ships that you're used to booking on or about are the exact same cruise ships that you'll book here. Even with rental cars, it's not a Surge rental car company, right? We're talking Hertz and Avis, Alamo and National Enterprise, and guys, we're talking about the exact same rental car companies. But if you're gonna rent a car, doesn't it make sense to have $156 for gas extra that you did not give away to those other online companies? Now, I want you to understand, we are not the only game in town. As a matter of fact, if you remember the term, membership has its privileges, that was coined by the company American Express. American Express actually coined that term for several different reasons. They own a travel membership. The membership is called Inspirato, and if you are privileged to have one of the American Express charge cards, they will allow you to be, to pay a one-time initiation fee of $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000 just to be with their membership and pay them $3,400 a year. That doesn't quite make sense to me. But let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with me. Does it make sense to be able to go where you want, when you want, with whom you want, vacation travel, business travel, everyday travel? Does it make sense for you to have unlimited bookings? Unlimited bookings. If I were to flip back to the American Express one, you'll see for $30,000, 2 premium trips. Does it make sense for you to be able to travel as much as you want on your wholesale booking engine, and with the confidence of knowing that the company backs you 150% just because you're a member? Does it make sense to be able to earn reward credits even inside of I like to call it our mall, but we have 4,200 vendors inside of your membership? Does it make sense that if you own a timeshare, you're able to deposit it or sell your week off inside of your membership and then use the credits or the money to do whatever you want to do? Family, does it make sense to one day be able to pay for your trip with your reward credits? I was talking to Celetta Brown earlier today, and she said she used her reward credits to fly back from Brazil. We just left Brazil, by the way. I was talking to Charlize. Charlize used her reward credits to buy round trip tickets to Florida and then round trip tickets into Brazil, and only paid $33 out of pocket for all of that. Guys, our private membership is nowhere near what they're charging for their private membership. Family, what we have, the least you'll ever pay for what we have out there is $5,000. And none of it will include the ability to be 3 and free. But remember I told you about that referral program? If it makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to somebody else. Well, guess what? Again, any 3 referrals and this $59.95 fee, what do we say happens to it? Guys, it goes away. Now, here's the interesting fun fact, and Stacey, I will tell you this, is that most people look at the Vortex and they're like, okay, I like the idea of sharing that. One day that's going to be, a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a year, income stream for me. And I know I need more than one income stream. But why? And I like the membership. Do I have to have them separate? Can I buy them together? And the answer to that question is actually yes. So what the co-founders did was they created a platinum by a platform by popular demand called the Vortex Platinum, which really does what you just was thinking. It combines the Vortex with the Surge membership. So what it does is allows you to have both of those platforms together. Now, here is what they did though to make it even more attractive for you. Because the reward credits tend to be a big deal for a lot of people. They really want those reward credits to be able to earn the free travel. The reward credits also bank up for 10 years. So people are figuring, well, my customers will probably generate more reward credits than I would by myself. So Coach said, no problem. We'll give you reward credits on your customers' travel when you own the Vortex Platinum. And he tossed in there a travel agency. Now, I'm going to show you how powerful that is in just a second. But let me just go back for one quick minute. Remember I was telling you about that Vortex and customers saving $25, right? $25. And if you had 200 nights booked that year, you would make $5,000. But there's a young lady on our team named Andrea. Andrea was recently requested, in Messenger on Facebook, hey, can you book 200 people on a cruise for our church? Well, if each of those 200 people save that same $25, you understand Andrea's not waiting a year for $5,000. Y'all get that, right? But the other thing that Andrea has an option to do is that there's going to be reward credits on those cruise purchases. Now, how does it work? Well, when you own the Vortex Platinum, you could have that same customer go to Orlando, save $284, you get a check for $284, but then with the Platinum, you get 866 reward credits. Your customer saved $224 in New York, you got a check for $224, but 866 reward credits. How about Thailand? Remember your customer went to Thailand and saved $949, you got a check for $949? Well, then also 2,284 reward credits. Well, what Andrea has the option to do is to have those 200 customers earn her, because remember, they're the free customer, she owns the platform, earn her approximately, let's say 5,000 credits per person. Guys, that's 1 million reward credits. I don't know about you, but it would blow my mind to have that many reward credits. Now, most of us may not have that, but here's what's so wonderful is that you can take 100 reward credits. I mean, think about it. Does it make sense to one day be able to click the rewards credit button and click off of the money button and pay for one of your dream destinations with your reward credits? Does it make sense to be able to do that and keep your money in your what? In your pocket, which is where it is better off anyway? That's the power of the Vortex Platinum platform. Well, I was talking to Andrea and I said, well, Andrea, you know, which one are you going to use? Because remember with the Platinum, I told you about that travel agency. Well, with our Platinum membership, guys, the Vortex Platinum, you literally have access to a travel agency that has been around for 18 years. And so when Coach founded the company before, since he founded it, the company has done over $3 billion in travel sales and been ranked, right? And been ranked in the top 50 so many times that they actually lost count, which is a high class problem. So Andrea said, you know what? I've taken my training, my basic training. Now I'm taking training with the different cruise vendors, because what she realizes is that, you know what, there's another opportunity to earn money from the same 200 people, either in the Vortex or in my travel agency. Well, guess what, guys? She's decided she's going to do this one. So I said, Andrea, where are you doing your training? Andrea said, girl, at my kitchen table. So I said, oh, so you're a kitchen agent. I'm just messing with her. But the point is, guys, you're working from home. Now, let me help you understand why I know that this is a powerful platform. Because if you're going to go through Expedia, Expedia charges you $180,000 just to be with their travel agency. Now, you and I know there must be, if anybody's going to invest that kind of money into a business platform, that it must be a serious return on their investment. Well, guess what? You and I don't have to do that, because we found the secret. Because somebody invited me to this platform, we have the ability to own the Vortex Platinum, become a travel specialist, and graduate to travel agent, still have a membership, still have the online travel platform like Expedia with our Vortex, and our investment is only $477, less than the price of a PlayStation 2, less than the price of a Movado watch. Guys, for less than what a lot of us will spend just on holiday gifts, we're able to actually start a business. Now, I want you to hear the word business, and I want to share something with you really, really quickly, because there are some powerful benefits tax-wise to being in business for yourself. So while I pull up this particular video I want you to look at, I want you to write down taxplanfaqs.com. I want you to write down taxplanfaqs.com. And that is the site that talks about the new tax reform that is in place. But I want you to understand that because you're in business for yourself, you have so many tax write-offs. So write down taxplanfaqs.com, but then I also want you to write down this book called It's What You Keep That Counts, Not How Much You Make. It's what you keep that counts, not how much you make. And I hope that this is not going to be, hopefully my internet is going to move fast enough for this, but just check this out, just understanding the power of business. Watch this.
Must go further by creating a positive what? Strategy 2 is business income. Business income is taxed at a lower rate. The net effect of having a business is that you pay between 18 and 23% taxes instead of 28 to 33. So you were paying 28 to 33, now you're paying 18 to 23. That means now you get to pay yourself first because you can spend money now on your what? Business. Give you guys an example. They say if you don't have a home-based business, just take $20 a day and throw it out the window. Now I want y'all to really understand this. If you don't have a home-based business, you're overpaying taxes by about $500 to $600 a month. So some of you guys are gonna walk out of here a home-based business with a strategy. I'm gonna bring up some people and give them some checks. They earn checks from a home-based business. And if you don't have one, here's what you're doing. I'm gonna think about it, 20. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna research it. I gotta go talk to the wife. I gotta go talk to the husband. While you praying, thinking, researching, talking, just keep throwing 20s away. Because that's what it's averaging you for your lack of knowledge on capitalism. $20 a day. The tax savings alone put $500 to $600 a month back in your what? Pocket. Net. So when you leave here today, while you thinking about it, praying about it, tomorrow it's going to cost you $20 to think about it. That's not a big deal. Talk it over with your husband. Talk it over with your wife. That's not a big deal. Tuesday, y'all still thinking about it. You only wasted $80. That ain't no big deal. Pray about it. By the time Sunday comes, you need to pray about it. Next Sunday, ask God if this business makes sense. Ain't no big deal. You up to about 140, no problem. If you got it like that, I need to be doing what you're doing. Now, hold on one second. So while you thinking about it, just remember this. Every day that you don't, the average per day loss, I'll be on taxes, $20 a day. If you don't have a home-based business, I'm not pressuring you. I'm giving you the real deal. $20 a day, come on.
And you know how people say, well, I'm doing really good because I've got a really good job? The more you make, $20 a day goes higher because they pay more taxes.
That's right. So if you got a really, really good job, you need to really, really get a business. Everybody got it?
Brian Bean says that so well, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. So what's right for you, though, is going to be totally up to who? It's going to be totally up to you. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually X out of that so he doesn't keep talking. So there we go. I'm going to X out of that. All right, so we don't have to hear him. Okay, so because sometimes it'll start playing again. But so guys, so what's right for you is really going to be up to you. For some people, though, you know what? They say, well, you know what? I just really, really love the vortex. I love the vortex. And to that person, we say, fantastic, because the vortex is perfect. Then some people may say, well, you know what? I really, really love that membership. And then to that person, we say fantastic, because if you're going to travel, if you leave this platform and you travel and you book on Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, Hotwire, Booking, Agoda, and those guys, you already know that they cannot afford, they're not going to charge you wholesale. They're gonna continue to charge you retail. So you already know that. So the membership just makes sense. And then some people say, well, you know what? I kind of like the idea of having the whole kit and caboodle. Plus, young lady said to me tonight, she said, I've got 12 girls. We're going on a Jamaica trip. And after the first of the year, she said, it makes no sense for us to go and book somewhere else. We've all been shopping on the internet for the best price. I might as well get in and we book through me. Exactly. So if I were to say to you guys, congratulations and welcome aboard. You have just seen an amazing platform where travel is it. You're going to travel, you're going to have fun, you're going to create memories, you're going to create experiences, you're going to go places and do things that you never would imagine you would do, but you're never going to pay retail again, you're going to pay wholesale. But I want to take just 15 minutes, guys, as we close this up, just 15 minutes, just to share with you another platform, because we are talking about the perfect business. Now, what is perfect business? The perfect business is one that has very, very low overhead. It's open 24 hours a day. You create residual income. You have little to no overhead. Remember, we talked about eliminating overhead. You have no employees. You have no, what do you call it? Workers' compensation insurance and unemployment insurance. None of those things are big deal. And understand what Warren Buffett says. He says to increase your wealth, you start a business. And guys, he gives you a litmus test that it's not just any business. He says you find something that the world is doing. And I don't know about you, but there is nothing bigger than travel itself. It impacts everybody's economy. I was talking to a young lady down in St. Lucia that joined our team, and she said, we depend 90% on travel and tourism to, for our well-being right here in St. Lucia. But guys, if you look at the numbers in travel, if you look at the fact that in this hour that we're spending together, travel will do over $867 billion in a 60-minute period. Are you kidding me? That's huge. So how do we pull it all together for you? Well, Coach Tomer says this. He says, listen, we're going to take the world's largest industry, which is travel, and we're going to do something with travel that nobody else has done before. We're going to combine it with the world's best compensation plan, where he puts out there in your first 30 days, you can earn $1,000. The only company that gives you the ability to earn unlimited $1,000 bonuses, unlimited, no cap, right? The only company that also allows you to earn unlimited $10,000 bonuses. I mean, like, who does that? Where does that become possible? In addition to that, guys, a residual income. This is that wealth component. We'll talk about that in just a second. But your ability, family, to earn $50,000, literally $50,000 in a 100-day period. I know it's possible because Nelsie Rojas Cruz did it. Myself, I hope the young man by the name of Maurice did it. Tashana did it. She helped a young lady by the name of Letitia to do it. Malcolm helped a couple by the name of Michelle and Ophil do it. So we know it can be done. It's just up to you. Now, remember I told you minimal overhead? To execute this part of your business, guys, is $10. $10 to add it to whatever platform you want, and then $10 a month. Let me tell you something. And let me ask you this question. Would an extra $500 a week, if you had an extra $500 a week, would it mean something to you? For most people, the answer to that question is what? Yes. Well, guess what, family? Here's the power of our platform. You let us help us help you onboard 7 Vortex Platinum sales, 7 people that this just makes sense to you. This is just sharing information with them. People that you refer, if they like what they see, 7 of them sign up. Coach Tomer is going to have the company cut you a check for $1,000 plus. But the other thing is going to happen is that you're going to have promoted yourself to a place that we call Team Builder. Why is that important? Because you don't want to just earn one $1,000 bonus. You want the option to earn multiple, and that's what you're able to do once you're a Team Builder. So you get to Team Builder by onboarding, let's just say, your first 3 platinum sales, if you're in the U.S., Vortex special sales in our affiliate countries. Now you're a Team Builder. Well, all you're going to do is what somebody did for you, help you to get 3 and free. So let's just say that Dorothy, you sponsored this gentleman by the name of Scott. Now, your responsibility to Scott is just get Scott 3 and free. So we may have Scott invite people to a webinar platform. We may sit down with them for coffee. We may have Scott do a travel. We did tonight a cheese and sip travel mixer. It doesn't matter, guys. But the beautiful thing is this. The moment Scott has referred 3 people in any of our products, he's 3 and free. Now, remember, if Scott gets that done in his first 8 days, he'll make an extra for $150 plus, right? Well, what are you going to do for, let's just say this is Sue and this is Sam and this is Sarah. What would we do for Sue, Sam, and Sarah? Well, what we would do for them is very simple. The same thing that we did for Scott. You're going to help Sue start to get her 3. You're going to help Sam start working on getting his 3. But here's what happened. Do y'all remember back in the day, we do unto others and we have them do unto us? Remember that saying? Well, because you reached down and you helped Scott, right? 7 sales happened in your team builder group. 7 sales happened in your team builder group. Well, guess what? That produced for you a $1,000 bonus. Now, you may be saying to yourself, but I only referred Scott. True, but it is your team builder network. And every time 7 new sales happen in your team builder network, whether you did the work or not, the company's going to pay you a $1,000 bonus. So I had somebody say to me, they said, well, what about Scott? What happens for Scott? Well, you know what? As soon as Scott, now that he has his 3 and he's a team builder, as soon as he puts his first person as his team builder organization, he's working in his team builder group just like you. It is a level playing field for everybody. And because 7 more people just joined your team builder network, you just earned another $1,000 bonus. And guys, you can do this over and over and over again, because every 7 is going to pay you what? A $1,000 bonus in your team builder network. So let's recap what you just learned. As a team builder, every time somebody joins your organization, you get a $20 override. If you personally put them in, you add another $30 to that. Every 7 platinum sales or every 14 points is going to pay you a $1,000 bonus. Now, what do I mean? Platinum is worth 2 points. Everything else is worth 1. So for every 1 platinum, you would need 2 of any of the other sales. That's just basically what it boils down to. And then, guys, I'm going to talk to you about residual income as well, but every 100 active members that fall in your team builder network, whether you referred them or not, you will earn a $10,000 bonus. Every 100 that falls in Scott's team builder network, whether he did the work or not, he will earn a $10,000 bonus, because it works the same for everybody. And here's what happens for those of you who may say, you know what, I could afford to use that $50,000 in the next 3 months to 100 days. The company will literally pay you an extra $25,000. So this earns you an extra $25,000 plus the $10,000, plus on your way you're going to earn $14,000. Plus 20 times 100 is 2,000. Guys, that actually comes to $51,000. So if you get it done in 100 days, they pay you an extra $25,000 on top of the $26,000 you already earned. Not to mention, family, that they recognize you. I mean, you're going to get a Comma Club t-shirt and this video. I mean, Coach is so nice. He's 84 years old, and every time any one of us get a $1,000 bonus check, he sends us a Comma Club t-shirt. Guys, listen, then when you get to regional builder, they're going to fly you into Naples, Florida. You're going to spend some time with Coach, but you also you get this nice regional builder jacket and the wealth builder ring, right? When you get to $100,000, and that's what this ring is, and I was grateful to get that's when I was covering my face and I was all in tears. That was Coach that I was talking to in the video, in that picture. But imagine working part-time from home, 10, 15, 20 hours a week around your full-time job, and you can create $100,000, $250,000, $500,000 working part-time from home. Like, that's really bananas. Not to mention that there are company paid trips, guys. Here is it gets even better. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, that's already pretty good. But we have a director program. So what I'm about to show you is in addition to the financial rewards program we just talked about, in addition to everything else. One day, at some point in time in your career, your team is going to grow to 500, and it doesn't matter. There's no time limit on that. Your team gets to 500. The company's going to ask you to choose between a Charger or a Challenger, a car they're literally going to pay for. Not that they're going to pay for it, guys, but they're going to pay taxes, title, and licensing fees for it, and they're going to insure it for you. It is their way of saying thank you for having 500, active members. But guys, in addition to that, you've got 2 streams of residual income happening. Every single month, $2,000 a month will come to your mailbox. And it's funny because Coach has the corporate to mail those checks out on the 11th. His birthday is January 11th, and so every time his birthday happens, he wants you getting a check. But you're also earning, family, 500 with 500 active members. You're earning $6 for each of those. That's an extra $3,000 per month. Family, that's $5,000 a month, $60,000 in a year. just because you've helped some people and referred some people who referred some people who referred some other people, nobody did anything hard here. Nobody did anything difficult. Well, guys, as you continue to help your team members to move in this direction, that's going to graduate you to where you're picking choosing between a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a BMW. Guys, 2,000 active members times $6, that's $12,000 a month. But now they're paying you $4,000 per month, guys, to drive that car. That is your thank you every single month for having 2,000 people join the organization. Family, and there's no time limit. No time limit to get to national director where there are 5,000 active members on your team. No time limit to get to executive director where there are 10,000 active members on your team. No time limit, guys, to get to that $1 million bonus that's at the top of our comp plan. And I remember, guys, because if you understand that my fall from, you know, having the business and losing everything from the house to the cars and literally moving home with my mom, I remember looking at this and thinking to myself, that seems a little bit too good to be true. I remember thinking that. And because life had beat me up so many times and I had to you know, climb back up, you know, that was the third time I'm climbing back up. And so it was a little bit difficult at first to believe. And that is because I'm looking at it from the perspective of what, you know, that's so much for me to do. But this is not just about you or just about me. This is about us helping other people help themselves. And the more people we help, the grander the reward is from the company. So no matter whether you just want to travel, guys, none of this has to apply. All of that is for that person who says they want to be a team builder. But either way, you've just seen an amazing opportunity. I was listening to a documentary, and it said that Warren Buffett looks at 42 businesses per day. 42 businesses per day. He has his hands in dozens and dozens and dozens of businesses. Why? Because most of us, you know, what he recognizes that you should never have just one stream of income. He's got multiple. So guys, whether you say, well, listen, Ms. Parker, right now, I just like the idea of traveling, or I just want that vortex and I love that risk-free guarantee, fantastic. Or if you're that person like me who's saying that really, I need another hand dealt, like I need a whole nother hand because life had just, you know, had gone to the left a little bit on me. Either way, guys, if you want a future that you can control and just to be able to do all those great things for all those people in life that you love, it doesn't matter. I want to welcome you to Surge 365. And on behalf of my colleagues, let me be the first to say, I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. I look forward to seeing you at the bank. Either way, guys, let's live, let's love, let's laugh, let's travel, let's have fun, let's create experiences. I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world, and I look forward to seeing you at the bank. God bless each and every one of you, family. Thanks so much for chiming in. This particular webinar is officially over. Y'all have a great night.